Welcome back to Cash Budget Insights, where I'm working on seeing if this whole cash budgeting thing really works. I'm personally tracking every dollar, using a zero-based budget due to my daughter's chronic illness, as well as controlling some of my own emotional impulse spending on the really hard days. I would love to have you give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. That's a free way to throw a little support my way and help this channel grow. If you haven't heard it today, I want you to know you're awesome, you're valuable, and you have a purpose. Now let's dive in. Well, let me just start off by saying I was a little gloomy yesterday when I filmed. It was rainy, it was kind of gross out, and today the sun is shining and I just feel so much better. I must have like a vitamin D deficiency, so I'm going to need to start supplements or something. I've not been taking care of myself very well, and I went out for a walk today. I feel so much better. Like I said, it's a little bit warmer. It's like 50 degrees here, which is a big deal because usually it's like, below zero. And I just have to say, when the sun is out and the sky is blue, I just feel so much better. So I probably have that seasonal like weather depression thing, but who doesn't? I feel like who doesn't love the sun? I mean, once in a while, I love a summer storm that passes through quickly, but yeah, for the most part, give me blue skies, give me sunshine. I'm really happy. I'm super easy to please. So these dreary days we've been having, they have been a challenge for me, but I am very, very grateful for the sun and the blue sky today. I just can't even tell you how much it means to me. And it also doesn't hurt that this video we are focusing on today is cash stuffing. That's like one of my favorite videos to do. Cash stuffing and then also the savings challenges. Very fun to do. I do the other videos because to me, it's kind of like it helps paint a picture of how the whole budgeting process works. And to me, it's not nearly as fun to do cash planning or to budget out your month. That's like a little bit more of the adulting is hard. And unfortunately, it's just a necessity when you're cash budgeting. So I definitely try to include those videos, but a video like today where I'm cash stuffing is one of my favorites. So that probably has something to do with my mood as well. And tomorrow, I'm very excited because tomorrow's video will also be a fun one and it's savings challenges. I'm sure you guys already saw this, but I am so excited. This is my new monstrous book of savings that I will be doing really for the whole year. So I'm not really sure how much or how quickly I'm going to be able to get through it. I'm not really putting any pressure on myself to finish February in February, but my personality is very much like that. So it will be hard for me to be working on February in March. You know what I mean? So I probably will put pressure on myself to finish it, but I'm super excited about this. So this is just a glance at what February looks like. It's going to be a color and save, and I found that I really like the color and saves. I think they look really cute, and on the video you can speed it up and it's fun to see it all filled in quickly. So I'm excited about that, but March has my heart. I'm not going to lie. Look at that. I need a little bit more of that in my life. But anyway, super excited about that, but that's tomorrow. I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's go ahead and get started. I have my cash planning worksheet right here, which we did yesterday together on my gloomy video. So now we can go ahead and count this up and see what we're working with. There should be $1,105 here. So let's count it up. Okay, and we have exactly 1,105. And again, I put these in the wrong place. I seem to do that every time. I'm going to need to put like a sticker down or something. So I always start with my hundreds and then I never leave enough room for my ones. Okay, there we go. All right, so I think I'll try those on this side again. I'm going to move my calculator out of the way. I shouldn't need that. All right, well, without further ado, let's get started with my wallet. I do have some change in here from the dentist that I need to put back, but I'm just going to leave that in here for now because I still need to write it down on my tracker. Okay, so for fun, we are going to do a 50. I am really hoping, fingers crossed, I can stay under my fun budget. I think really truly because of the weather, we have been renting movies, which by the time you rent them, which, we can't really like go to the movies, so we'll rent the movie. And then by the time you rent it, it's like $2 more to buy it. So then I'm like, well, should we just buy the movie and then we'll have the movie? So I am a sucker for that. So we've bought like, I don't know, 3 movies this month or past month in January. And it was just so gloomy. And it was just like we watched so many movies just to get us through some hard days and, well worth it. But I'm still hoping that I can keep under my fun budget this time around. All right. So we have 325 for grocery. So we'll get this in here. Oh, so grocery. Oh my goodness. I had to raise my budget because I realized that that's just part of learning. And if you guys are running into that same problem, you're just going to have to move things around. I found that I was really stressing out over the groceries with us having to buy special food for my daughter. Everything is paleo, organic, this, that, and the other. It just was getting really stressful to try to stay under budget while also trying to get things that my boys could eat, that they enjoy, because they have had to sacrifice so much as well. When you have someone chronically ill in your home, it just impacts everybody. So, there's just trying to have this balance of making sure that we're all eating good and healthy, but also that my boys can have some, snacks and things that they like when they're out and about that are a little more easier and convenient. So I just was really, really struggling with that. So I had to up our grocery limit. So instead of $250, I'm up to $325 a week. And I'm really hoping that I can stay well below that. And hopefully once I get better, I can reduce this again. But right now I'm just really struggling. So that was a needed adjustment to my budget. Okay, then household will be getting 40. So household, I actually use for like laundry detergent and things like that. I really don't need any, so I'm feeling like this is going to hold over. I think next month or the end of this month, potentially dishwasher tabs, garbage bags, things like that I'm going to need to stock up on. And I usually get those at Sam's Club. Okay, and then kids is going to be getting 50. So we have, I did 2 of the 20s, and then I'm actually going to do 2 5s. I initially marked down a 10, but I kind of wanted to keep smaller bills in here because my kids have a couple things through the co-op, and one of them is a pizza party, which was $5. So immediately I was like, well, I might as well just do 2 5s instead of the 10 and, just save myself the heartache of someone there having change because, that hardly ever happens. Okay, miscellaneous is going to be also getting 50. So yeah, for the kids budget, for the kids envelope, I'm probably going to use this for Valentine's Day. They have like a little party at the co-op, and I'll probably use what's left over in my Valentine's Day holiday envelope as well to contribute to that. But that should cover it because my husband and I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day. We're just not sentimental in that way, but we do buy things for each other throughout the year, not necessarily on a holiday. So okay, let's do out to eat. It looks like I have an old receipt in here that I still need to deal with. But for out to eat, we're going to do 60. So I just did 320s. So we will get that put in here. I don't know why we've been eating out more. That's not something I ever remember us doing before I started budgeting. And now I feel like we're eating out all the time. Not sure why, but I'm hoping that that's just going to dwindle down as well. And then I just have a gas envelope, but I track that digitally. So that actually will take care of my wallet. Oh, I have some change in here. Hold on, let me get that out while and apparently some paper clips. It's an odd thing to have come out of my wallet. Okay, so my wallet's done. So we're moving on to, I call these my revolving door sinking funds. Basically, they're ones that I don't spend every month, but I do spend frequently. And I don't really have a day that I specifically spend them. I just know that I need to have money in these categories because eventually I'm going to need to spend them. Okay, so for clothing, we are going to add $40. Make sure I'm looking at my sheet right. Sometimes my eyes like jump around and I I'm like looking at the wrong line. So let me switch this around and we'll see what we have in here. All right, so we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 112 in clothing. So that is really great. I'm hoping that I can bulk this up, and then in the spring or summer, I'm gonna have to buy my boys, seasonal things for that because I had to do all new winter stuff. Oh, it was quite the punch to the budget, but nothing you can do if your kids' pants are flooding, up past their ankles. My son came down and I'm like, oh my word, you cannot go out in public like that. It looks like you have capri pants on. So, he's of course a teenager and he's like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm like, well, I care and I'm embarrassed to walk around with you. That's not acceptable. So, okay, groomer is going to be getting 100. Oh, I think I had done smaller bills for this one. Yes, I did 520s because I never know exactly what it's going to be. So they don't always have change. So this will get me a little closer anyway. Okay, so in here we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 30. So 130, which should definitely cover my upcoming groomer appointment. It usually runs around 100, 115, and I get it done every other month. So it is quite a commitment to pay for that. I mean, it's more than I wish I was paying. I don't even pay that much for my own hair, although my body is not covered in hair. So maybe if it was, it would cost that much. But I only get my hair cut maybe every 6 months. But I find that keeping up on my dog's grooming, it's just wonderful. They always smell so good and look so nice, and their hair is easier to maintain. And this just isn't something that I want to learn to do. I think I could, but there's like the toenails, I just can't do. I cannot do it. It freaks me out. I've seen them bleed before, like at the vet, when they trim them. Ooh, and I can't do it. So I just have to budget that one out. Okay, haircuts. Let's see what we have in here. So haircuts is going to be getting 40, and it looks like we did 220s. So we'll grab that. Okay, so in haircuts, which all my boys need haircuts, we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 25, 26. So this should be plenty to get everyone's everyone's haircuts completed. Okay, and then for home goods, we are doing a 50 in here. I was wondering where this last 50, I have a few 50s left. Okay, and then medical, and that's all that's in home goods is that. Okay, then medical, we're gonna add a 52 as well. So in here, we have a $100 placeholder, and then another 100 right here. And we have 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 234. Actually, I'm going to see if I have a placeholder really quick. Okay, so I hadn't planned on doing this, but since I'm seeing this, I am going to get rid of this, and I'm actually going to put these 50s back in the bank when I go, and I'm going to replace my placeholder with this cute, adorable little pig placeholder. We're getting really high interest right now on our money. And I think most people are, like, interest rates are really high in the banks. You can get a pretty good interest rate pretty easily right now. And I actually, and I think I told you guys this, I swapped out all of my cash that was in my kind of like long-term holiday binders, those types of things that I only get in once a year with prop money. And I put all of that back into the bank because I'm missing out on making money on my money. So I was like, okay, that's not smart. That's not good budgeting. So I am only keeping cash for things that I really need parameters or that I spend frequently because I pay a little bit closer attention to it versus things that I'm just saving up for, like an Amazon subscription. I don't really need that sitting in there. I'm not really going to spend that money, but I like having the prop money so I can visually kind of have folders of how my money is separated. So we'll see how that works for February, but as of now, it just makes sense to me to have that as prop money and have the real money gaining interest every day or every month in the bank. So I don't know if you guys have given that a whirl or not, but that is what I'm doing. So we're going to put 50 in pharmacy. And unfortunately, my pharmacy envelope is just barren. We have had to buy so many things recently, and it just feels like all of the prescriptions need to be renewed at the same time, and it just wiped out my pharmacy envelope. And I did have this built up quite a bit when I first started. And oh my goodness, we had to start so many additional supplements and increase supplements for my daughter. And it just like wiped out my pharmacy envelope, because I do use this for supplements as well, because part of my daughter's protocol, a big part of it is herbs. And I'm not talking about like things you can buy at Costco. These are like specialty, like her multivitamin is like $70. It's expensive and it's just very high quality. Obviously I've told you guys before, like when you're dealing with a sick child, it's just like, I'm not looking to cut corners. I want to do everything I can to get her better and have no regrets at all, knowing that I've done everything I can and given her every opportunity for her body to heal. So that is just the nature of the beast when you're dealing with chronic illness. Okay, on to something else. Let's do self-care. So self-care is getting 75. So we have our last 50, and then we're going to do 70 and 5. All right, let's see how much is in here. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80. Oops, I didn't do this right because I forgot to add this in. Let's do it again. All right, 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, and 150. Wow, that's really hard to do okay, 20, 40, 60, 80, 155. That would have been a lot easier. Oh, my Lanta. Okay, so again, see, this one I can't swap out with a placeholder because we use this too much. Yeah, we use this too much. Wow, sorry, that was such a mess. So I have 120s and then a 50 and then a 5. So 105. That was a confusing way to count that. Okay, so that takes care of this binder. And the last thing we have should be our savings challenges. So for savings challenge, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. And then we're going to have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I'm never going to remember it. Let me just 50, 45. And then we should have 31s, but better safe than sorry. Yes, we do. We have 30. So this should be 125. It's so affirming to me when the numbers balance out and I'm like, oh, I did something right. I did that right. Okay, let me show you guys. Oh, I don't have never mind. Okay, I'm going to have to just put this in an envelope for now because for some reason I don't have my savings challenge binder up here with me. And I think it's downstairs where I was working really hard on laminating and getting everything ready in my savings challenge binder for this next month. Well, it's this month now, I guess, February. So I think that's still downstairs. So I'm just going to leave this on my desk and we are going to deal and contend with this tomorrow. Oh my goodness, I can barely fit this in here. There we go. And like I said, we are going to be starting the Monstrous Book of Savings, and I was debating whether or not to scratch these, but I think I'm going to, because I really did make this for myself. And then I thought, I'm going to share it, on the community, and I already went to all the work to make it. So why not share it? And then a lot of people have messaged me. They don't have printers. They don't have the ability to laminate or whatnot. So I thought, well, I can offer that as a service. But I'm very excited to get into this tomorrow and to see what we can save and see what we can start doing to get this filled out. And then let's see, I have $100 that I need to actually deposit back to the bank. So I'll probably just hold on to this cash until Monday, which is when I do my online reconciliation. That's basically where I look at all of the spending I have done digitally that should have been pulled from my cash envelopes. I pull them from my cash envelopes, and then every Monday I deposit that money back to the bank. And I go through that worksheet with you, and we kind of break it all down and get all of our envelopes straightened back out. I hope that the longer I do this, I will have less and less transactions. That is yet to happen. I still have so many transactions that are getting done online, but I am getting better. I really do. And I break it up now every week, which has made it way easier. If you go back to my first videos, I was like, this is so confusing. I was messing up. Now I just do a week at a time, and that's all I focus on, and it's much more manageable for me. But anyway, that is all I have for you guys today. I'll see you next time.
shows if I'm honest.